One, two, and yeah, he's working. We'll be starting in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, I would ask everyone that's here with an organization or in your individual capacity, if you're comfortable standing together with us, those who are going to speak, I would invite you to do that. We just want to present a strong picture of unity. I'm thrilled that we've got several young people here because it's time to pass the baton. And so I'm thrilled to have young people here as well. So if you're comfortable being on camera, I ask that all of you come up now who wants to be on camera.
Not that we're dying to be on camera, but we're here. Yeah. Gotta show some kind of.
Shorter ones on the stairs, is that what you said? Yeah. Awesome. Hi, how are you? Good to see you on Facebook. Bien, gracias a Dios. All right. Vente, Diana. Mira la raza.
Take your post. Get your picture.
Okay, let me get. This is what an overnight notice produced. in terms of several organizations, several individuals. So thank you so much for being here for this very important issue that we're about to discuss. Before we begin, I'd like to ask Hilda Duarte, the National LULAC Chaplain, to open us with prayer.
Thank you, Honorable Flores. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hilda Duarte. I'm the National Chaplain for LULAC. And as we face this time, this fate of our nation, we'd like to lift up our nation and our elected officials in prayer, and also for the families that have been affected. If we can bow our heads, Almighty God, who has given us this land for our heritage, we humbly beseech thee that we may prove ourselves a people mindful of thy favor and glad to do thy will. Bless our land with honorable industry, sound learning, and pure manners. Save us from violence, discord, and confusion, from pride and arrogance, and from every evil way. Defend our liberties and fashion into one united people, the multitudes brought hither out of many kindred and tongues. Imbue with the spirit of wisdom those who in thy name we entrust the authority of government, that there may be justice and peace at home, and that through obedience to thy law we may show forth thy praise among the nations of the earth, and at time of prosperity fill our hearts with thankfulness. In the day of trouble, suffer not our hearts and to trust thee to fail. And all of this we ask through our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you so much. I want to thank the Honorable Council Member Jaime Resendez for District 5 on the Dallas City Council for working with me on this important press conference on this issue. I couldn't see you. He made available the facilities here today so that we could quickly address the issues that are facing us and the concerns. That we've had for a while, but that particularly came to a head last night when we had a meeting with the Dallas Police Chief in terms of the concerns for safety in the community. With that, I'm going to, my name is Diana Flores. For the reporters, you have a press packet and you have a short bio on each of the speakers that will come forth. They're going to introduce themselves, but if you want more information on them, as I said, you've got a short bio on each one of them. My name is Diana Flores, and we have an urgency in terms of what's happening in our country, how people are being affected, and how some are reacting to that. As one who went through the Chicano Civil Rights Movement back in the late 60s, early 70s, the anti-war movement, I know and I lived through the fact that oftentimes when we would assemble peacefully, there were people that were planted, agitators that were planted to disrupt the peaceful assembly, to disrupt the peaceful protest. We've seen that happen in Los Angeles. We don't want that to happen anywhere else. We do not want Dallas to be militarized. So we encourage everyone who feels they have to speak out, they have to engage in their constitutionally protected rights of free assembly, free speech, to not be provoked, to not let anyone provoke you into any act of violence. Just walk away and continue your peaceful protest. We need to keep our cities safe. All of us are feeling the hurt right now, the pain. I actually have a family member by marriage that has been deported without due process. So I don't think there's any Latino in here that has not been affected or knows someone that has been affected, because most of us belong to mixed status families. US born, resident, legal resident, and undocumented. So it is with that I'll turn it over to Councilmember Resendez.
Thank you all so much for being here today. Good afternoon. When I started this, my name is Jaime Resendez. I'm the city council member representing District 5, which encompasses several neighborhoods in Southeast Dallas. I just have a statement I'm going to make in English and in Spanish. The right to peaceful protest is one of the most fundamental freedoms we have in this country. As a son of immigrants and someone who has proudly served this country in combat, I take that freedom very seriously. We're living through challenging and emotional times. People have strong feelings, and many feel compelled to speak out. That is their right, and I want to be clear that the city of Dallas respects and supports the right of every individual to engage in peaceful civic expression. At the same time, I call upon everyone participating to exercise that right responsibly. Peaceful protest is powerful, but violence and destruction will distract from the important issues that need to be heard. We must always balance the right to protest with the safety of our residents, our neighborhoods, and our first responders. Our city is strongest when we refuse to be divided, when we protect both the right to be heard and the safety of every resident. Buenas tardes. El derecho a la protesta es una de las libertades más fundamentales que tenemos en este país. Como hijo de inmigrantes y como alguien que ha servido con orgullo a este país en combate, me tomo esa libertad muy seria. Estamos viviendo tiempos difíciles y cargados de emociones. La gente tiene sentimientos fuertes y muchos se sienten obligados a alzar la voz. Ese es un derecho y quiero dejar en claro que la ciudad de Dallas respeta y apoya el derecho de toda persona a participar en expresiones cívicas pacíficas. Al mismo tiempo, hago una llamada a todos los que participen para que ejercen ese derecho con responsabilidad. La protesta pacífica es poderosa, pero la violencia y la destrucción desvían la atención de los temas importantes que deben ser escuchados. Siempre tenemos que equilibrar el derecho a protestar con la seguridad de nuestros residentes, nuestros vecindarios y nuestros policías. Nuestra ciudad es más fuerte cuando nos negamos a ser divididos, cuando protegemos tanto el derecho a ser escuchados como la seguridad de cada residente. Thank you all so much. Muchas gracias.
So good afternoon. My name is Roman Palomares, and I am the national president of LULAC. I live in Fort Worth, Texas, not too far away from here. But I'm here to just kind of give you an update just real quickly. I just got home yesterday from Omaha, Nebraska, where we were asked to see what we could do to come and help. They had a recent raid, and the mayor, who just got elected, that was his first day in office. And we were there. A couple of city council folks reached out to us to see if we could come. We did. We had just been in Los Angeles, and I was meeting in Los Angeles with Mayor Bass and her police chief and some community folks just to talk about what had happened to a gentleman who is the state leader of a large union in California, not only in California, in other states, but he had just been arrested recently, Mr. Huerta. And we were there to support him and also talk to the community and talk to the mayor and kind of get a handle on things. I can tell you this, on experience on the ground, that is what's happening in California. They make it sound like Los Angeles is on fire. Los Angeles is not on fire. This is all contained to a 4 or 5 block area. And it happens in the evening because that's when people come out off of their work and they come and protest. We encourage protest, peaceful protest. But what we saw there during the day, a couple of days we were there, everything was very peaceful, very tranquilo. And I would have to say, based on my visit there, that it is all about theatrics, okay, and distraction. Distraction, because if you're not familiar with the ugly bill, you better get familiar with it because it's going on right now in the Senate. And that bill is about taking away all the money for all the programs that this community is entitled to, dismantling of the Department of Education, taking away Medicaid. So that's distraction, okay? They want to do that, but they want to distract, okay? The other thing that we saw is that people there on the ground, and I'm talking about our immigrant families, okay? And the way this administration, the way they're doing it, is all about intimidation, okay? That's the other thing that's happening. They're wanting to intimidate the community, and the bringing in of the National Guard, that was not necessary. I personally talked to the mayor, and she says, I have a 7,000 police force here. We don't need that. But it's all about theatrics. They want to show that they're coming in and they're taking over, and we're not going to tolerate voices from the community. And the reason I spoke up this morning was all about Senator Padilla. If you saw that on TV, it hurts my heart to see a good friend of mine who I know personally being attacked like that. And if they're doing that to him, the way he was assaulted, you can imagine how the families that you're not seeing cameras as they come in and separate these families and traumatizing these communities. We don't see that. Some of what we do is picked up on TikTok and all the social media, but it is unacceptable. The practices that they are undertaking in these communities to us is unacceptable, and we're going to continue to speak up. What I saw in Omaha is that they're coming in to just send a message and said, we're coming after you, and if you don't do what we tell you to do, then we're going to get you anyway. So it's all about intimidation. What I would say in Dallas, Texas, here it is again. Now you have the governor putting out 7,000 troops when there's no issues, okay? They want to incite, and what happens is that we have young individuals who are passionate about speaking up, and my message to them is to continue to protest, do it peacefully. You have those rights under the Constitution. Don't let them intimidate you, but be careful, do it peacefully, and continue doing that. We are here to support whatever efforts the community is doing. We may be at the national level, and we're going to be taking those messages back to Congress, but we're here to support you in anything we can do. Thank you very much.
Buenas tardes. Yo soy Carmen González. Vine a Estados Unidos hace más de 40 años. Soy una inmigrante de Chihuahua, México, y me siento muy orgullosa de estar en este hermoso estado, en esta ciudad. Y una de las cosas que yo hice inmediatamente cuando fui ciudadana de los Estados Unidos fue votar. Una de las cosas que tengo muy, muy presente, mi papá siempre decía, yo no soy un cero a la izquierda. Y yo le decía, ¿qué? ¿Qué dice papá? Yo soy un cero a la derecha. ¿Por qué? Porque voto. Y esa es una parte que yo siempre le digo a los niños, a los jóvenes que yo tengo contacto con ellos en mi comunidad. Estén listos para ir a votar. Saber quiénes son los que los van a representar con el corazón, con la mente y con las manos para trabajar por la comunidad. Honestidad, trabajar de verdad en la comunidad. Y es lo que vamos a educar a nuestros hijos. Tengo 3 hijos, Verónica, Daniel y Víctor. Verónica estaba en Townview en aquel tiempo cuando vinieron y se metieron a esa pool. No me acuerdo en qué año fue, 2006. Fue muy feliz que ella había ido a votar. Ma, fui a votar. Le dije, no, fui a protestar. Le dije, ¿sabes qué es lo que vas a hacer primero antes de ir a protestar? Vas a ir a votar. Allí es donde vas a tener valor y va a valer tu voto. Cuando Daniel le tocó votar, le dije, eso es lo que van a hacer ustedes, votar antes de ir a protestar. ¿Para qué van a ir a protestar si no van a poder votar? Y teniendo el derecho de votar y no ejercer su voto, es como saber leer y no querer leer. Esa es la parte que yo les enseño a los niños de mi comunidad y de donde quiera que yo voy, si tengo esa oportunidad de hablar con ellos. Víctor ya tiene 21 años, está en la universidad también, y es otra cosa que les digo, la educación va primero. Yo pensaba que la educación te hacía rico, porque siempre estaba trabajando con las gentes millonarias de North Dallas, pero la educación te abre la mente a más. Y cuando Víctor cumplió los 18 años para votar, le dije, aquí quiero verte votando, porque eso es lo que vamos a hacer. Si tienen niños jóvenes, enséñenles con el ejemplo. Votar es primero. Y no digo que no vayamos a protestar, porque también es válido eso, pero siempre hay gente infiltrada que quiere dañar lo que es bueno. So thank you very much, and thank you for being here, and also for my community, no matter what kind of community it is. African Americans, Latinos, Hispanos, Asiáticos, todos estamos en este país. ¿Para qué? Para vivir mejor, para ser mejor. Por eso venimos. Si yo sé que alguien tiene sus documentos y todavía está barriendo y lavando los baños, ¿a qué vino? ¿A seguir haciendo eso? Y no digo que es malo, ¿verdad? Pero nomás es para pensar y motivar. Venimos para ser mejores. Gracias.
How you doing? My name is Juan Hernandez Jr., and I represent the National Latino Law Enforcement Organization. Just here to support LULAC and everybody else, like we had last night, a meeting regarding what is going on here in the city of Dallas. From what we have and what we have gathered from all the community is that we as a city have gotten together with the community and had a relationship throughout these years. For one incident to happen and to continue, I think it's going to cause a lot of rift and a lot of different actions from different citizens. What you can do is, if you do protest, is stay off the streets. We're here to protect the people that protest, and we're here to protect all the citizens that want to partake in their right. But as a representative for officers here in the city of Dallas, we don't want anybody to get hurt. So at the same time that we take care of the citizens, we also have to realize that we have law enforcement, we have officers that are Latinos, we have officers that are from every race that are here to protect this city, and we're here to make this safe. So if we can work together, we can go forward, then we can make this successful and maybe make this whole city one of the first cities in the whole U.S. that can be and have a peaceful protest. Yo soy el oficial detective con la policía, pero también soy representante y el presidente de la Organización Latino de Oficiales aquí en la ciudad de Dallas. Nosotros lo que queremos es seguir la comunicación con la comunidad y queremos tener unas protestas que sean pacíficas, es decir, ese es el derecho que ustedes exigen, pero también tenemos que representar a los oficiales que trabajan aquí para la ciudad y no nomás queremos tener seguridad para los oficiales, pero también para la comunidad. Entonces, si podemos trabajar juntos, podemos ser una de las primeras ciudades que sea aquí en los Estados Unidos que podemos tener unas pacíficas protestas. Pero muchas gracias por tenerme aquí, por invitarme. Gracias.
Hola, hola a todos. Mi nombre es Betsy Grimaldo, and I'm a second-year student at UNT Dallas. I'm currently serving as a vice president for our Student Government Association. First, I would like to thank everyone for coming out today on this beautiful sunny day. But regardless of the sunny weather, there is a storm cloud right above us. With the ever-changing heavy political climate that we're in right now, America is seeing the highest rates of change, both positive and negative, all across the board. Whether that has to do with immigration, federal cuts, education cuts, we must see these changes for what it is now more than ever. Now we must use our voices for good rather than for violence. For many years, our communities have struggled but have overcome these obstacles. We must use our constitutional right to protest and engage in a lawful civic manner. Our communities have protested for years before now, and unfortunately, many of those protests turned into violent riots. Others have turned into peaceful assembly into what can be described as battlefields. We do not want that. We do not want our skin color to be a target, but rather it be our pride. What we want is peaceful protesting and a way to share our experiences, to share our voices. As you all know, actions speak louder than words. Our actions shall remain civil, peaceful, and nonviolent. I urge you all to truly show them our message rather than by rioting in the streets, but by gathering in a peaceful assembly. For decades, our people have been undermined for so long, and we should not use this as an opportunity to become violent against those who seek to silence us or restrain us from using these constitutional rights. We must remain peaceful, regardless of what is said or done, and by remaining peaceful, our message will get across rather than being violent. Being violent will only feed into those fears and feed into those bad connotations of what we are like. We are not violent. We are not criminals. We are not people who deal with injustice by throwing punches rather than speaking words. The police that are often at these protests, they're not against us. Just like we are, they are protecting their peace. They are keeping their peace. As I've mentioned before, our actions speak louder than words, and we are hardworking, resilient, intelligent people. And we shouldn't bow down to this bad stereotype that has been put upon us. Our communities are being targeted, and this opportunity should be used as good for all of us, rather than another reason for our government to use against us. I've seen violence through the news and in any social media platforms, and frankly, it's been disheartening to see. But we must realize that at times like this, it's not always protesters who initiate the violence, and that's fine as long as we don't feed into it. Be safe, be wary, and make sure those who stand with you have the same peaceful intentions and do not provoke those violent tactics. Not everyone may seem to have the same idea, but remember, you have loved ones waiting for you back home. Thank you for speaking up for those who live in fear and are unable to protest. Thank you for taking time out of your day to speak up, and I leave you all with this. Focus on the issues you're protesting for. Do not let the message be undermined by distraction and violence. Tú puedes, con cuidado, y gracias.
Hello, good afternoon. First and foremost, you all, thank you for being here today. It's truly a privilege and a blessing to be here and as we hold this press conference and speak about these important issues. My name is Luis Mata, current Director of Operations for the Alpha Dallas chapter. Proud UNT Dallas alumni too. It's my fellow student here, Betsy Grimaldo. Graduated my bachelor's degree in May of 2023 and just finished my MBA this past December. But on behalf of the Alpha Dallas chapter, you all, we are part of the Association of Latino Professionals in America, which is a national chapter of over 100,000 members across the country and over 180 chapters, both locally, across the state, and across the country. And on behalf of the Alpha Dallas Board, we support our communities protesting in a lawful, civic, and respectful manner across the city. We stand united with you all. We understand the issues affecting each and every one of us, and truly support individuals exercising their First Amendment rights to protest. But we ask that you do it peacefully, civically, respectfully, all while being united, all as one. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about, coming together to be united, stand for a common cause, and understand that we are here to advocate for those who cannot speak for themselves, for those who are not able to do so. And just ask that we truly, as a board and on behalf of our chapter, locally, we do support you all, and please exercise caution and always support our law enforcement and respect our law enforcement partners and all individuals who may be outside with you protesting. But if you do see violence, please just stay away, refrain from joining the violence, and always remain professional and out there. I'll go ahead and say a few words in Spanish. Buenas tardes. Primero que nada, gracias por estar aquí con nosotros hoy. Mi nombre es Luis Mata, miembro de la asociación local aquí en Dallas, de Alpha Dallas, miembro de la junta directiva como el director de operaciones local. Un mensaje muy claro para nuestra comunidad aquí mañana. En lo que ustedes expresan su derecho a protestar, es muy importante que lo hagan de forma pacífica, de forma civil, de forma respetuosa, respetándose uno al otro, la propiedad y los oficiales de la ley. Si ustedes ven violencia, por favor, aléjense de la violencia. No sean parte de ese problema, sean parte de la solución. Háganos de manera respetuosa, civil y respetarnos uno al otro. Es muy importante que seamos bien unidos como una comunidad y nos unamos para una causa común, pero cumpliendo con las leyes locales, estatales y federales. Así que, por favor, estemos unidos y háganos por una causa común. With that being said, you all, we just ask that on behalf of the Alpha Dallas chapter and our board, please do so. And please, as we will not remain silent, we will stay united because we all can do it, and sí se puede. Thank you all. Gracias.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Veronica Torres Hazley. I'm the founder of Hey Chica, a local Latina collective that brings women together for empowerment, self-care, and advocacy. I'm so honored to be here to represent a body of Latinas that are really excited about supporting everything that Dallas has to offer. I'm also a proud board member of the Hispanic Women's Network of Texas, the Dallas chapter. With our organization, Hey Chica, we really bring pride to the No Mean Girl movement. And what does that mean? It means not being mean to our leadership, our self-care, and through the advocacy. And self-care is a form of advocacy. We want our ladies to go out there. These women are empowered. Our chicas are women who lead organizations. that have families just like mine, that really make the decisions in their household. And I'm here to stand in solidarity with that, asking them to use their voices to advocate for what's right, but do it in a peaceful way. We're all empowered here in Dallas. We have the benefit of living in this beautiful city, and I hope that my sisters who are watching see a sister in them and understand the importance for us to be united here. I'm incredibly grateful to have a voice and to have a network of women who are leading, and we cannot wait to see this peaceful protest bring everyone home safe and support the beautiful and the amazing people in this city that are supporting everything that we're doing through the movement. Si se puede. Gracias.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Manuel Soto de la Torre, and I am Deputy Director for Young Adults for District 3, LULAC. And I'm also a student at SMU, majoring in political science and also in human rights, and also part of Sigma Lambda Beta International Fraternity Incorporated with the Mu Delta chapter. But today I'm here not to just inform everybody, but specifically the students who are going to be at these protests. You are not just representing yourself, your organization, your schools, but you're also representing your families who are here today. As it was stated earlier, some of y'all come from mixed status families. And we are here today in a time where the slightest thing could affect your protest. Treat the police as the people who will lead you in this protest. They're not here to fight you. They're not here to be against you. They're here to protect you and those people that are going to be around that protest. And along with that, as students and also young adults in high school who are thinking of getting involved with politics overall, protest safely. As mentioned earlier, voting is the most important thing you can do if you want to see change. So I would like to invite y'all, all as young adults, to start joining these young organizations at your universities that you're attending to. But also make sure that you make an impact and also speak with the people that you think will get you to that point. But yeah, so I hope everyone has a safe day tomorrow and that y'all protest safely. Y'all take care.
Good afternoon. Buenas tardes, everybody. My name is Rick Ortiz, President and CEO of the Greater Dallas Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I just have a couple of brief remarks. I just want to echo what everybody else has said, and that's protest safely and make sure that obviously you are respectful, professional. On behalf of the business side of the community, the message is the same. And protesting is our right. The police officers that are out there, they're doing their job. They're also citizens here that live in this community as well. So be respectful to them because they're trying to be respectful to you and doing their job and making sure that everybody has their rights and is able to go out there and protest safely. So that's really the only message I have because everybody else has done such a great job of already sharing. So thank you all for being here, and si se puede.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Julio Flores, and I represent the Regional Hispanic Contractors Association. So I'm here to echo the words that my colleagues here say about protesting peacefully. We represent contractors throughout the whole state. We know Texas has been a beacon for economic opportunity, business growth. So we're here to say support your law enforcement and protest peacefully. And these job sites that are getting raided, they're only making these construction jobs more expensive. So thank you all, and I hope you guys protest peacefully.
So I just want to end up reiterating what everybody said. Express your right, your constitutional rights to assemble in free speech, but do so peacefully. Remember, there can be agitators there for the sole purpose of causing chaos and violence, so that, as Councilmember Resendez says, we're distracted from the message. We're distracted from the purpose we're there. Do not let anyone distract us. Do not let anyone distract you. Do not engage in violence. Anything happens, move immediately and let the police take care of it, because if not, they're just waiting to militarize Dallas. They're already stationed here. Governor Abbott announced he's already spread the National Guard throughout the cities in Dallas. We do not want Dallas militarized. Stay away from the agitators. Protest peacefully. With that, anyone who wants to speak to the speakers can do so. The press conference is over. Thank you so much.
Sí se puede.
Learning more about our program, you can do so by scanning the QR code on our screen or visiting dal.city/brownfields, where you can find more information regarding our various grants, our application, and additional educational material in our resource library. We also host several outreach events that vary from tours, workshops,